Hello everybody, I hope everyone is doing well and welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be testing out a bunch of Jason Wu beauty products. This is a newer brand to the market. Jason Wu is a fashion designer and he recently came out with this beauty brand and it is sold at Target, and everything in here is quite affordable, which is so exciting to see because these products do not look like they belong at the drugstore at all. And I hope the same goes for the formulas. Also, I do have a live audience today. I'm babysitting Maven, as you can see right there. Maven! Hi, puppy! We'll see how long she lasts there. I'm betting like 30 seconds. But before we get into the products, this video is kindly sponsored by Elemis for their Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. I have been loving this stuff so much. So a little bit about their brand. Elemis is the leader in anti-aging cleansing. Their focus is delivering results with feel-good skincare with cutting-edge patent technology. They have face and body skincare, spa treatments, supplements, and more. Their Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm is their best-selling cleanser, and they have a new one without fragrance, which is great. It's the silkiest and most nourishing cleansing balm I have ever used. It breaks down sunscreen and makeup with ease, and it leaves my skin cleansed, silky, and soft. It has beautiful texture, it's so smooth, and it melts immediately on your skin, and it doesn't scoop up in chunks like all the other cleansing balms I've used personally, which I do really love because I'm not chasing around trying to melt the chunks on my face. I do have the original one, and it smells like a spa, but it's not overpowering at all. But if you are very sensitive to fragrance, as I said, they do have a fragrance-free option now. A little bit of this cleansing balm goes a very long way, and it emulsifies really well to ensure you get a nice deep clean. I've been doing a lot of heavy eyeliner looks with a lot of mascara, and this cleansing balm has no issue breaking it all down. My heavier looks are no match to this cleansing balm. It breaks it all down with ease. There's a lot of amazing ingredients in this cleansing balm that have anti-aging properties or ingredients that really help to nourish your skin and keep it nice and silky. After I rinse off this cleansing balm, I do like to go in with a second cleanse just to ensure that I don't have a stitch of makeup before I apply my nightly skincare. And the second cleanse I like to use is this Elemis Superfood Facial Wash. I really like it. It's a prebiotic gel cleanser and it feels very gentle. It doesn't overstrip my skin at all. It just leaves my skin feeling very fresh and smooth, and most importantly, very clean. Another one of my favorites is this hair mask, and I have trouble with saying this first word here, but Frangipani Manoy hair and scalp mask. I hope I didn't butcher that.
Frangipani.
I love this one. It's a deep conditioning mask, and I find that it's really great for my scalp and the ends of my hair since they have been feeling pretty dry. And I like to use this a couple hours before I wash my hair. And you can use it as an overnight mask. You can use it just for like 15 minutes. It's very customizable. You can wear it for how long you want, and I really like it. It makes such a difference in my hair. Whenever I use it, my hair is very silky and shiny after I use it. And with that same line, they also have a body cream, which I have been loving. I recently just finished one of my other body creams, and this one is really nice and luxurious feeling. It's perfect for the winter time. It's a little bit thicker, but it doesn't transfer on my clothes or my sheets at all. It just leaves me feeling very hydrated. My last favorite from them is the Cellutox Active Body Oil. I like to apply this on my legs after I moisturize, just to lock it all in, add some extra hydration since my legs have been extremely dry this winter. And they were kind enough to give me a discount code. You can use JULIAA Glow for 20% off your purchase, and that code is good until February 28th. And when you shop on their website, you get complimentary gifts as well as free delivery, which is great. So I just wanted to say another huge thank you to Elemis for sponsoring today's video. It means so much to me. So now it's time to get into the makeup products, but before we do so, I would love for you to subscribe if you aren't already. It means so much to me, and let's get to it. So if you aren't familiar with Jason Wu, he is a fashion designer and he recently launched this beauty brand, and it all is so beautiful. It gives me like KKW vibes, but at a more affordable price. I love the tones of the packaging. Everything feels very luxurious, especially the lipsticks. They have like this soft matte texture and they just look high-end. I am really excited to see how these things perform. I've only used a couple of things like his Celestial Lust liquid eyeshadow and the brow soap. He has a lot of fun products that you don't really see at the drugstore. I'm really excited to see how this FauxFreckle product works. I'd like to know how it compares to Freck since that is more of a pricey product. The first thing I'm going to be trying out is the Ready Set Matte powder. This powder is $18 USD. I have most of my base down right now since his brand is more eye and lip focused. He has a couple of things for the cheeks, but not much yet. And I will have everything I used linked down below. I'll have a little section with the products I used off camera. It has a little JW in here, and it also comes with a little poofy. It's very, very soft. I'm gonna use that, that seems fun. And I'm just gonna take a touch of the powder, and I'm gonna set my forehead and in areas I usually do, or where I usually get a little oily. I hope this is a good one because I still have not found a great drugstore setting powder. I struggle with that, so I have high hopes. And I'm gonna just do this side with that because I know this can put a lot more powder than I usually enjoy. And I'm gonna take this little brush right here. This is a Royal & Langnickel Complexion, the Balm 38. And I'm gonna see how it goes with just a little bit more of a light application on this side. It seems to be very blurring and quite undetectable as of right now. It actually looks pretty fantastic. It does cut a lot of the shine away though. It's more for a matte look. I'm just gonna take a little eyeshadow brush to get under my eyes. I didn't set my under eyes with any powder and they're already creasing. Every concealer ever always settles into these under eye lines I have. So I always add a little powder under there. So I hope that this one's gonna be a good one for my under eyes. This is very, very blurring, but it's not looking cakey at all so far, but we'll see as time goes on and as my face muscles move, we'll see if it does anything funky, but right now it looks actually quite promising. I actually like that under the eyes. It gives me the same effect that my Pat McGrath one gives, just not as silky soft. So far so good. It's just a little bit more matte than I would usually like for my face, but for my under eyes, I actually really like that so far. So now I'm going to be using the highlighter, and this is the Opal stick, and this is $12, and it's a multi-use highlight glow stick for cheeks, lips, and all over glow. This is the product that seems the most random to me right now because it is like a holographic type glow. Like it's not a natural color, it's a very violety blue, and all the other products read to me very neutral and very soft, and there's not a lot of color going on. So this one feels the most out of place to me, but we'll see how it goes. And I believe there's only one color. Yeah, this is the only shade. Yeah, this is very, very, very blue. I'm gonna try to apply it with my sponge on the other side, just because that one looks like not very smooth. It looks a little glittery on my skin, but it doesn't look like there is any glitter. Maybe it's just attaching to my texture a lot. I should have waited for powder because I kind of forgot I was going in with this cream because it completely took off all of my makeup in this area right here. But it does look better with a sponge, but it's still kind of removing all of the stuff over here underneath of it, and I didn't set it with powder over here. I did kind of go ham with bronzer today, and that was a mistake. I used a bronzer that I usually can wear all year round, but I don't think I've ever been this pale in my life. I've not seen the sun in a very long time. Therefore, all of my bronzers pull very intensely on my skin right now. So I don't know, I'm not a fan of this highlighter. It doesn't really suit my preferences, and I find that it is a little tricky to work with. Hopefully my camera reads what I'm seeing, but it just looks kind of uneven, a little splotchy maybe. And here's this side. So far the highlighter is a pass from me. There are no blushes as of yet, but his lipsticks here, the Hot Fluff lipsticks, these ones, they are a 3-in-1 product. You can use them on your lips, eyes, and cheeks. And I have two shades here. This is the shade Eclair, and I love how everything is the same color even on the inside. I think that just feels a lot more luxe, and it feels like a nice smooth formula. So that's Eclair right there. And this is the shade Biscotti. Really, really nice. I don't know if that would look good as a cheek color for me today. Let me see the undertone. Yeah, it's a little too yellowy, maybe if I was a little bit more tanned, but I think I'm going to use this color as my blush. the shade Eclair. So I'm just going to swatch it a little bit more on the back of my hand here, just to gather and melt a little bit of the product. And I'm going to be using this Moda angled blush brush. And I'm going to try to apply it more on this side of my face where I didn't apply that much powder. Another mistake made by me here. I should have waited to powder my face. The highlighter color is really throwing me off because it kind of blended into the cream blush here, but I do really like that color on its own. And it actually applied quite smoothly right over here where I did apply powder. It doesn't pick up anything and it's not making it look cakey at all. So that's promising. So now for a really exciting part, I'm going to be trying this Jason the Freckled Boy Faux Freckle Maker. So this is what the little applicator looks like. And I'm gonna bring you guys in so we can see how this goes. And I'm gonna do the exact same technique as I would with my Freck. That actually looks really good. And it's a nice warmer tone because freckles aren't cool toned. I feel like this one is a little bit more liquidy than Freck, so I feel like I might have to let the freckles set a little bit more before I do the little stamping technique. So I'm just gonna give that a few seconds to kind of chill and thicken up maybe. I see from when I was doing it immediately after, they look more like paint splotches rather than little frecks. It looks like it's performing well. It's not bleeding at all. Okay, my technique wasn't on point today. I feel like they look a little artificial. They for sure look a little artificial. I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and try to melt it into my base a little bit better. I feel like there's a little bit more of a learning curve with this one, but I feel like I'll be able to get a hang of it for sure. Everyone say bye-bye Maven. I'm gonna go put her in her crate right now so she has a better sleep. Oh, so tired. Bye-bye YouTube. Before I moved on, I wanted to mention that this FauxFreckle product is $14, and I did swatch it next to Freck, and I find that there is quite a difference in color. So this one right here is Freck, which is more of like a neutral warm color, and this is the Jason Wu product, which is quite orange and quite red based. So now for my brows, one of the more exciting products to me anyways is the Bush Brow Shaper Soap. The brow soap is $14 and I'm going to be using water. I have used this twice, but those 2 times I used a facial spray, which I don't think gave me the best results because my eyebrows did fall down, and I feel like that might have been because of the glycerin in those sprays, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to use straight up water. I just poured a little bit of water in this little cap. Oh wait, no, I don't. I have this spray bottle for hair. I'm just gonna spray it directly on the pan, and I'm going to take my eyebrow brush. This is the Anastasia 7B pencil, the 7B brush, and I'm going to work it into this product here. And every time I do my brows like this, I get a ton of comments asking me why the hell I would do this to my brows, and I'm just gonna tell you right now, you can save your energy because I literally don't care. I literally don't care. I love doing this to my brows. It's very trendy right now. It's fun, whatever. If it goes out of style, who cares? But right now, it's fun. So I'm just gonna really coat this into my brows. Already, I feel like this is going on a lot better than when I used setting sprays in the past. Makes sense. And then I'm just gonna take my finger and I'm going to smoothen out the brow. I'm gonna make them look very spiky to begin with. Then I'm going to wipe off the excess off my spoolie on my little towel here. And I'm gonna take the edge of my spoolie and kind of direct the brows in a way that I want them to be. I'm gonna take my brow powder. This is the Anastasia one in the shade Granite. And I'm just gonna make little hair-like strokes to make them look a little bit more symmetrical. Eyebrow inspo, Eugene Levy. They are very, very bushy today, extra than I usually would, but I actually don't mind it with the faux freckle look. So the next product I'm going to be going in with is this Woo Prime Eye, which is an eyeshadow primer. I have the shade Light, and there are 4 shades available, and this is $12. And this is what the little cap looks like. I'm just gonna squeeze some on the back of my hand to see what we're dealing with. So it looks like a concealer, and it feels kind of like a very high coverage concealer. I'm just gonna apply a touch of this to my lid. Also, the more I move my forehead and stuff, my brows completely fell down. So if you want more of that spiky look, I would just recommend you buying a bar of Pear soap. That seems to be the best out of all of these types of brow products I've been trying out recently, except for Flower Beauty Bubble Brow, but that has been long time discontinued. This eye primer doesn't feel waxy at all. It just seriously just feels like a concealer. So I don't know if that's going to help me and my oily eye situation, but only time will tell. We'll see how it goes. But now it's time to move into the eyeshadow portion, and I'm actually really excited. This is one of the eyeshadow palettes he offers. It's very light toned. I feel like this will be really good to get very soft glam looks. He has 3 palettes and they're $15 each, and he has an all matte one which looks absolutely beautiful. But I have the Desert Rose palette here with me. So I'm gonna do something very soft today. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in. I'm first going to take this shade right here on a Smith 230 brush, and I'm going to place this into the crease as my first shade. I would really like to go in with the liquid eyeshadow as my shimmer, but I would like to just swatch these ones in here. They feel a little bit dry on the dry side. Here they are on my hand. They're very, very sheer, and they have kind of like a scattered glitter vibe, which I actually don't mind these days if I'm doing something quite soft. I feel like these types of shadows look kind of glossy once they're on the eye. Are they the most amazing formula? I don't know. I feel like they are a touch dry. I'm actually going to try one out before I apply the liquid shadow. Why not? But now I'm going to move on to my next color, and I'm going to use this shade right here, and I'm going to start working on the outer V. More pigmented than I thought. And I'm going to take a touch of that on the first brush I went in with, just to bring it into the crease a touch. Now I'm going to dip into this shade right here, which looks kind of interesting. It looks more yellowy, a little bit green in there, like a khaki kind of color. And I'm going to take that on the lower. Oh yeah, that's very khaki-esque. Let's see how these shadows build on top of each other here. Very, very soft, which I actually don't mind having a little palette like this in my collection, because whenever I set off to do something very soft like this, it always becomes super smoky because I just dip right into the deeper colors. So I actually don't mind having this. I'm gonna take this shade all across my lower lashes and into my contact lens. Apparently not very pleasant, but yeah, these are performing very beautifully actually. Very soft and smooth, and they're very easy to blend and build up. That's far more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. Every time I look at my brows, I'm more and more disappointed. They completely fall down. And now, just to test, I'm going to use this shimmer right here with my finger, and I'm going to place that in the area where I left blank. And I'm also going to take the center shade of the palette, and I'm going to place that in my inner corner. So now that it's on my lid, it doesn't give the exact effect I was expecting, But I'm gonna try to see what it looks like when it's dampened. And I'm gonna focus this in the center to see if it can get built up or not. Let me know what you guys think. It's actually kind of growing on me. Now that I'm visualizing my eye with some mascara, I feel like this would actually look really pretty. It's very softened. It's a little bit more different than a usual shimmer I'm used to, but I actually think that looks quite pretty. But I'm now going to layer a little bit of this liquid eyeshadow on top, and this is in the shade Jane Doe, and there are 4 shades, I believe, and these liquid shadows are $12. So I'm going to take some on the back of my hand because I don't want to go in full impact. I have used this a couple of times and I'm highly impressed by them. I think they're one of the products I would recommend the most. There's that color on my fingertip. Ooh, that looks really, really cool mixed in together. Pretty. Okay, I'm just going to catch this eye up to speed real quick. I'm just realizing right now, look at this. I don't know. That doesn't give me a lot of confidence. I'm just gonna blend it in and forget about it. But I'm just gonna catch this eye up to speed real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so here are the eyes all finished. The mascara I used was the Smashbox Superfan, and this is my 3rd time using it, and I am not a super fan of it anymore. But anyways, the eye look looks really cute with mascara on regardless. I actually do really like this eye look. It's very nice and soft and really easy to achieve. Let me know what you guys think of this eye look. But now it's time to move on to the lips and then we're finished. So we did come out with 10 shades in the lip liners. I have 2 shades in front of me here. I have the shades Leave Me Alone and Nudist. This is the shade Leave Me Alone. It's a really pretty warm nude. And this one is Nudist, which looks a little bit more yellowy, whereas this one's more pink, but they look pretty similar to me. I'm gonna try the shade Leave Me Alone. I feel like it'll match the lip I'm going to be going in with a little bit better. I actually really like this formula. It feels really nice and creamy and it's really easy to apply. It's quite glidey. And now for my lipstick, I have 2 formulas here. I have the Honey Fluff, which is a matte lip cream. I have the shade Leave Me Alone. And I also have the 2 lipsticks that I swatched earlier for my blush. This is Biscotti, and this one is Eclair, which I think I want to go in with since I used it as my blush. So I'm just going to apply it. Oh, it feels really nice and glidey. That is a really nice formula. Feels very silky. I guess this is the kind of formula we're gonna see lots of this year. It feels like the MAC Powder Kiss lipstick, not the liquid lip color. And it does kind of blur out my lips, which is nice. I like that color. So here is the look all complete. I do have some thoughts now. I do have some products I'm really excited about and some that I'm a little disappointed by. So I'm just going to quickly gather my thoughts. I actually really love how my makeup looks overall. I think it looks really put together but very summery at the same time. It makes me feel excited for the warmer months. I'm first going to start off with the products I did really enjoy and the ones that do get my stamp of approval. So first being the Celestial Lust Liquid Shadow. I think this is my favorite product out of the whole lineup here. I have used this 5+ times and I can attest that this is a really good formula for a liquid shadow. You can build it up or sheer it out to get more of a glassy look on your lid. I do really like this consistency as well. I don't find that it makes your lids look crepey at all or textured. It just makes them look really nice. And this formula does dry down so I don't experience any creasing. This is a product I would recommend. Next up, another one of my favorites was the eyeshadow palette. I actually do really like the tones provided in this one. This is definitely for lighter skin tones, but thankfully he does have other options for deeper skin tones. For me personally, I love the quality of the mattes in here. They feel very high-end. They almost feel like they have some moisture running through them, and I love that in matte eyeshadows because I find that those are the formulas that build on top of each other really nicely and that they layer seamlessly without picking up on each other or looking patchy. I didn't experience that at all today. I found that these were quite buildable and actually more pigmented than I would have expected for the tone tones in here. I definitely like the mattes, and I do have my eye on the all matte palette. I feel like I would use that one a ton. I don't mind the shimmer shadows that are in here. I feel like they are workable and they are a different kind of look. I just feel like they aren't the kind of look that I would usually go to. They don't look super smooth to me on the eyes. I feel like they enhance texture a little bit, and I do see that I have some glitter specks all over my face, so they do kind of fall out a touch, but I think that is avoidable if you just go in with a dampened brush at the get-go. Then I think you could work around that issue, but I do get what he was going for with that formula, something a little bit more sheer, so when it catches the light it looks a little bit more natural and glossy like. So I think this formula has a lot of potential. I think I will be picking up the all matte version. I thoroughly enjoyed the quality of those. Another favorite of today was the lip liner I used. I actually really love my experience I had with it. It felt quite high-end, honestly. I really like how glidey and creamy they are, and it also has kind of a blurring aspect to my lips as well. It was a really effortless job, and I feel like this formula will stand out to me. It was very easy to use, and I do really love this packaging as well. I see myself using this color a lot. Same with the nudist shade. I find that that one looks quite similar to Strip Down from MAC. I would totally recommend the lip pencils. They feel really nice. And my last favorite from today was the lipstick I went in with for my blush and my lips. I love a multi-use product. I'll have to try it out on the eyes, but I don't know if this would be a formula that would work for me on the eyes because it feels a little bit more silky and creamy like. I feel like I would crease for sure, but there's so many good aspects to this lip color. I actually really love its texture. It feels really lightweight and soft. And it also blurs out my lip lines quite nicely for a matte bullet lipstick. And I also really liked how it applied and wore as a blush. I love that. It just makes things so much easier just to throw on your lip and then a little bit on your cheeks. Then you have more of a put together monochromatic look. I love that. So I would really recommend these, and also the packaging gets me. I love how the outer packaging matches what's on the inside. I think it just looks so luxe. I would highly recommend these lipsticks. They're a really nice formula. So now moving on to the products that I'm unsure about, the ones that I don't have concrete opinions on right now. I feel like I need to test these out a few more times. First up, I wanted to talk about the Jason the Freckled Boy product. The name is super cute. I love that. I did just find this little pamphlet that described a few of the products in here. I got this when I was in the Zoom masterclass, and it does say in here that you should wait a few seconds and tap out the product with your fingertip to blend out. So I did come to that conclusion while working with this. So I feel like the next time I use this, I'll get a better application because I definitely rushed it today and I do have some more splotchy looking freckles. So I'm gonna have to test this out with a little bit more patience, and I'll let you guys know in my roundup. And the next product I'm unsure about is the eye primer. I feel like I'm just gonna have to wait a couple hours to see how this wears on my eyes, see if I get any creasing or whatnot. I really hope not, because I do really like how this completely blanked out my eyelids. So I had a really nice, fresh, clean canvas to work on, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. And the last product I'm unsure about is the Ready Set Matte Powder. I feel like this looks great in some areas of my face and other areas not so much. Like around my mouth it looks super cakey, I don't like it at all. But on my forehead it looks really, really good and very undetectable. And on my cheeks right here, I kind of can't tell since I touched it so much while applying the freckles, so I'm for sure gonna have to test this again. And now finally for the products I would completely pass on, first being the Opal Stick, which was the highlighter I used. I feel like this was hard to use. It lifted up the makeup underneath, and I also personally will never reach for a blue highlighter. I feel like this cream really grabbed onto my texture and it almost made it look glittery when there's no glitter in here whatsoever, which is really, really odd. I don't know. I did not have a good experience with it, and I didn't feel like it was a user-friendly product, so I would pass on that. And the last product I'd pass on is the Bush Brow Shaper Soap. My eyebrows have already fallen down, and you can like kind of maneuver it and like put them back up again, but you'll be doing that every 5 minutes. I feel like it just doesn't work. I have used this product 3 times and I've had the same experience every time, but I'm happy I gave it another shot with just water instead of a makeup spray. I thought it was the glycerin, but it's actually the product. So those are my opinions on the Jason Wu products. I just wanted to say another huge thank you to Elemis for sponsoring a portion of today's video. Again, you can use my code JULIAGLOW for 20% off your purchase, and I'll have all of the links links to my favorite products in the description down below. But with that being said, that is all for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful. If you did, please give this video a like. It would help me out so very much. I'll make sure to link all of these products I used in today's video in the description down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.